Are we actually here? Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of the trip to Penang video. This will not be like a typical vlog style, as I would say, because the mic review has been way due. Like, if you haven't watched that video, do check it out. It's part 1 for this 2-part series. And one thing I would like to say is that this video is going to just briefly talk about the continuation of that video, where I will be having this talking head video talking about the trip details, a few things here and there, and just want to share with you what went through for the rest of that particular day. It was a fun day. Thank you, Adira, for actually willing to, spend some time with an old friend. It has been a while, but thank you. It was very nice meeting up with you for that particular day. We learned a lot. We did a lot of things as well. And I hope that in the future we can meet up again very soon. Okay, it says Bayview Hotel. I mean, we can't be sure until we actually go and find a place to stop and check if this is actually the place we should be or not. Is there even a place to park? Okay, so this is the correct place. It's just that now since I'm parked over here and she is having difficulties walking, I think it would be nice to go around. Huh?
Lim,
Yes, saya.
Adira pada.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't...
No problem.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Scan already.
Huh?
Scan already.
No. I'm waiting for her. Yeah.
She's upstairs.
Yeah.
Go and take her down.
Okay. Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised. Meeting her dad. Okay, interesting. What a nice day. So we did select a few locations. One would be the butterfly farm in Penang. Then one would be near Batu Feringhi. There is a beach which had very good sunsets, I heard. And around that area, I think it's on the way towards Avatar. It's a place where it looks beautiful at night because of the lights, and it's actually quite a nice place to take photos, especially at night if you like lights, if you like, as the name suggests, Avatar, the scene, the vibe with the lights and the trees. It's good. Then after that, we had a few other extra places like Book Access, which is in Gurney Paragon. Yeah, it's in a mall. It's a big bookstore which had this very nice vibe to it. It's very good for photos if you know where to take photos within the premise. There were a few other places. There was this one cafe. I forgot the name because we didn't actually go there. Very good question. We are about to find out. Maybe the place is closed. Maybe. Yeah, we actually went one round and then it's... Okay. Hey, we came all the way back. Oh. Well, back to square one. Yay! I mean, what to do kan? because when I was searching the map just now, I thought that okay lah, Sekeping Victoria. So direct translate, we have a piece of Victoria in Penang kan. Okay, so we were like okay lah, can go and have a look and see.
Is it closed or not available?
Yeah, because when we were like over there at the main entrance, the door was closed. But then on Google Maps, it was stated as open.
It doesn't write as Sekeping Victoria.
There, the signboard, it's covered with trees and the vines. It was over there. I saw the signboard, so I was like, is this the back door or is there any other place to enter? Then we went all around, but then yeah, so we don't know if it's open or not. We don't want to go and knock the door because it's closed. Okay, so after narrowing down a lot of our options, because one, it was raining, two, some of the places were quite an inconvenience traveling back and forth. So what we finally decided on was to first go to Book Access, which is in Gurney Paragon. We're going to Gurney Paragon, visiting Book Access.
The place is nice.
Yeah, I mean it looks nice. Aesthetically, it looks nice.
Yeah.
It's a bookstore. It's a big bookstore, and if you were to Google it online, Book Access Gurney Paragon, Penang, you can see quite a few number of nice photos, and that's exactly what like brought us into the idea of okay, bookstore photography session. We went there, we enjoyed our time, but I'm gonna just skip the details and let the video show you, but I'm just going to go the overview, which is we went to this bookstore. We thought it was closed as we exit the elevator because we felt like okay, this is weird because it's so empty. It's closed. Wait, is it? But as we went down, we noticed that the bookstore was actually open. It's just that the counter was right below the floor that we were viewing the upper levels, and we thought like okay, maybe we can just go in. Hopefully they allow us. So as we tried to go in, the person at the counter was actually very kind. He noticed that we were there not only to read but then to also take a few photos, and he just told us to go in. So thank you to whoever you are on that particular day. Thank you so much for allowing us to enter with my photo gear, because a lot of people would be scared, you know, because they are scared it's like formal media or whatnot, which I'm not. It's just very nice because there were quite a few angles that you can really focus on, and there were nice places where you can just sit down and then you can look around and see what you can do to inspire your shots. And other than just meeting up with her, because she is quite new, not really that new, but she is new to photography, videography, and she really wants to, you know, try to do something in content creation, which is the reason why I'm like, okay, since I'm a freelancer myself and I feel like, okay, I have some experience, so why not provide some knowledge to her, give her a few tips and tricks, and then just really see what she can, you know, learn, and hopefully it's able to help her one way or another. By the way, I am very impressed with the amount of improvements that she's able to get just within one day, because not to say that her previous photos are bad. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that the previous photos that she took were good. It's just that like every creator out there, they would say that there's always room for improvement, and I felt that I helped her to improve a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that she can improve more, just like me, where I am trying to improve every single time I go out on a shoot, on a gig. That's what I always do, which is to do my best, but if there's room for improvement, if there's room to learn something new, then why not? And you have to look around. So when you take a photo, when you look around, you have to notice what is the main idea. So for example, like there's a row of shelves over here, the subject, which is you over here, And then any angle from here to the side is perfectly fine. This is the way that the lighting is going. The sun is a bit bright. When we actually were walking around that corridor or that walkway, we noticed that there was this like flight of stairs, and it caught my eye. It's just that my mind was running and I was thinking like, okay, what we could do over there, because in my heart and in my mind I knew that would be the next shoot location. And once we were done with book access and whatnot, we actually went to the staircase and we took another few shots. Those were some of the nice shots as well for the particular day, because it really allowed her to learn on, you know, angling, height, and also to, you know, find angles that otherwise would be hard to catch, which is why that was a time I felt it's, you know, killing two birds with one stone. Teaching about composition and angles, but at the same time, it's actually quite a nice place to take photos, so why not? Once we were done with the staircase shoot, we decided to head downstairs for dinner. Being indecisive, I didn't really know what to eat at the time, and she herself, she was just like, you know, wandering around because she's not Penang native, so she's not really sure of what to eat as well in Gurney Paragon. We didn't want to just drive out for no reason, so we thought like, okay, what do we have here? As we were walking around, we looked at the directory. Is it? Yeah, the directory. We went around looking at the overview, overlay, whatever. I noticed that there were a few brands, like some of the fast food brands. We were like, okay, fine, we've eaten that before. And then as we went downstairs, we saw Four Fingers. I have never had Four Fingers in my life up until then. It would be my first time eating Four Fingers, which would be with her. She said Four Fingers was a great place to eat, and she said, why not? I was like, okay, it's my first time eating Four Fingers, so there's nothing bad about going to Four Fingers, right? So we went there, we had our dinner. It was a good time. Okay, eating there, it was nice. The food was okay. Once we had dinner, we decided to go to a night shoot location, and we had a lot of time in our hands. So we decided to go to a nice place where we could take like nice shots, especially, you know, like portrait shots of places that normally at night it would be a nice tourist attraction. So we actually went back to the vicinity of where that cafe was supposed to be there, and we actually decided to, you know, park, and then we walked across the road to these famous jetties in Penang. It's like Lee Jetty, Chew Jetty. So like these jetties have very nice places to take photos, and the jetty that had this like arch that was filled with lights was supposed to be Lee Jetty, if not mistaken. However, as we walked across, as we walked along the road to see if it's open, apparently there was like safety tape or something that showed like you're not allowed to enter, and I'm pretty sure it's because of COVID restrictions, which is why they closed it down. And we were actually quite how do you say this? we were quite like not really unsure. We were unsure of where to go next because it's like, okay, it's a nice shooting location, but it's not available. And then as we scrolled back our plans, the list of locations, we found out that nearby there is this place called Blue Mansion. And if any one of you are not aware of where Blue Mansion is one of the shooting locations for Crazy Rich Asians. There's a scene in Crazy Rich Asians. That scene was actually not really known because it wasn't really shown as like, this is the location and whatnot, because it was inside. However, I did some research and I found out that it's actually one of the scenes that they actually scouted and they shot their scene over there. And I think it was quite interesting. It had value, and I was expecting like, okay, it's a nice place to shoot, it's a nice place to go. As we went there, the security guard said that you're not allowed to enter because of policies, and I think it's just because it is policy. We do not want to disturb the guests over there. It was a fine establishment, and we were thinking like, okay, since we're here, we do not want to waste any opportunity. Where can we find a nice photo shoot location? Like on the spot, without any planning, but like literally there. The security guard was very kind enough to say, if you want to take photos, you can take it like, there's this like, it's not a parking lot actually, it's more of like the wall. And then there's this like one small corner outside where they had these trees, these plants. And then the wall itself is a quite beautiful wall. It's weathered enough to make it look like it has this nice texture to the wall, which gave it its nice look. So in the end, we decided to actually go there to that wall, and we shot a few photos. Those were some of the nice photos as well, because it really had this one wall, and then you had a few angles to play with in terms of how you want to place your subject against the wall, how you want to light your subject, and you can have these shimmers, or this just a little bit of light passing through these perforations or the holes in the wall. Since it's not like a solid wall, it's actually like perforated. You can have like holes and designs of flowers, I think. So it really gave this nice like backlit vibe with a wall. So I'm like, okay, that concept struck my brain, and I was like going around in circles thinking about what to do, and it actually turned out quite well. So once we were actually done with the shoot and whatnot, I drove her back to her hotel, and it was actually quite a nice day, to be very honest. We did a lot, okay, with what we planned. We had to be flexible, going around here and there, but overall it was just fantastic. The day itself, to me, was worth it because I really had the chance to just, do something that I like, but at the same time teach people about the same thing, which is, to me, an honor. So I feel that it's quite okay for us to go out once in a while, especially like right now, currently, it's the endemic in Malaysia. Not to say that you have to go out, like enjoy, go wild. No, the virus is still a very dangerous thing to have. I mean, the dogs are now barking. I don't know why. So just okay, screw that. It's going to be the end of the video anyway, so bear with me if the dogs are barking in the background. It was a very nice time, to hang out with a friend, to do something that you are passionate about, and it actually just allowed me to, just feel free. especially when it's just, being at home, when we are doing some of your work, your errands, and then when you have some free time, it's like, okay, what can you do that's productive for the day? Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching part 2. It has been a long journey. I'm currently past 50 subscribers already. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. And the main goal right now is to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure all of you can help me. However, let's make small goals and just help me reach my first 100. When we reach our first 100, that would be massively appreciated. So thank you so much for supporting this channel. And it's, not something that's impossible if you want to find inspiration to do something that you're passionate about. If you just want to go out and do something, by all means, if it's safe, if it's like with low risks and it doesn't hurt yourself in any way, then by all means just go out, do something that is worthwhile. The links are down in the description below if you want to check any of my social media, or if you want to check any of the products out, do feel free to do so. Support my Patreon too, because we can help this channel make content that is free for those who are less fortunate than us, who are able to at least pursue a passion. Some of them would like to do so, but they would like to learn and they would like to get inspired. So this channel is really hoping to inspire others and making it free for everyone. So if you feel that you would like to support us in any way, please feel free to do so. And if you just want to donate $1 for humanitarian reasons, you may do so as well. It would be in the link down in the description below. So that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching. And as I always said in this channel, enjoy creating your content.